what's your 5-year goal plan? Like, do you just want to do exhibitions, or you want to become a marketplace for all over India where they can come display their products online also and on exhibition also? So what are you thinking about?
Sustainability or carbon footprint or carbon neutrality or greenwashing. What is all this?
Do you think that government is putting that much effort into it to going net zero? Or there are more policies that need to come in place?
More conscious buying, thinking of the future as such. We all in some way or the other are impacted with what's happening, be it green warming or climate change, and unconsciously or consciously we all complain, talk about it, and this is going back to grassroots and saying what is it that we want for our future, what is it that we want for our health.
Today, we are pleased to host Pranati ma'am and Chaitanya ma'am, the founders of Green Umbrella, on our show. Welcome to the Mano Show, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure for us to be here.
Ma'am, before talking about Green Umbrella, how you founded it, I would like to know about your prior experiences. आप लोग मिले कैसे and आप लोग ने decide कैसे कि हमको Green Umbrella start करना है?
Why don't you start, Pranati?
I don't mind going for that. So I've been in the sustainability sector for the last 15 years. And for me, I always believe that sustainability is working with the businesses, working with government, working with consumers, working with students. And that's where we talk about circular economy. My business obviously focuses on working with businesses or government. However, I was unable to tap. I always felt that I was missing on the consumer part because those are the end users of the products. And Green Umbrella is an attempt to ensure that sustainability reaches to the last mile, as we call it, to the last person. And that is what we aim to do at Green Umbrella. And I hope it grows bigger and bigger with years to come.
Okay.
So I come from a creative background. I'm a communication designer and I've been working in this field for over 15 years. And I feel that sustainability, of course, is the future. And there is a lot of creativity, passion that exists there. So we are both friends and we realized it was just over a talk in the car.
Driving back from Mumbai.
Yeah, absolutely. That how both of them just go together, and as much as we need to talk about sustainability, there's a big creative angle to it. So that's where I bring in my expertise and look into the curation of how interesting brands we can get on board, which of course are sustainable at the same time. So yeah, that does play a really important role, right from conceptualizing the name, the logo, to
ensuring that it's a great thing.
Yeah, to even getting the kind of brands that we have on board. We had last time and we have this time, as well as right from simple things like decor. Everything it has to be is so fascinating and interesting because there's some real creative part to it. So yeah, that's where I come into a place. And as a designer, sustainability is. I was trained also about it, and there's a big role that it plays as well in the design process.
Okay, so this was about your prior experience, but when did you which year you decided कि Green Umbrella को भी execute करना है, and how is the model of Green Umbrella like?
So I would say Green Umbrella is a baby as of date. We is just a year-old company.
Okay.
And it is a combination of passion, purpose, and creativity. So
and also we want to make a difference at some point.
Yeah. So
really make a difference.
So that is what, and it's just 1 year, and we look at making bigger and bigger with years to come. We launched it last year, and this is our second edition.
Okay.
Also, researching about it and understanding what exists. There's just such great stuff that exists, but there really isn't a physical platform where consumers can come and get, able to buy it. Yes, it is happening in smaller pocket, and it is happening in a really big way in the online platform. But when it comes to physical, see, I do understand that, everybody, everything is going online. But at the same time, that need of people to touch, feel,
and interact with the product,
interact with the people who are behind it, and really know what stories that they have is also equally important. And that's what we're trying to do. Actually give brands a big, small, physical platform where both the buyers and the sellers can really interact and, share with each other.
And I also think it's not just about the story, or it's not just about the product that you're selling. Like, in an exhibition, you just go buy.
Yeah, it's
about actually ensuring that people start believing in the concept and believe that this is the need of the hour.
Right.
That we must ensure that we buy less, we buy with a purpose, we buy, do it, whatever we buy is upcycled, recycled, or organic. So that's what we are trying to promote in a big way.
And also that there is this alternative choice, which is great for everything, right from your home care product to your skincare product to clothes, everything. Like literally, there are sustainable products across all categories. From footwear, all categories. And it's amazing to see what kind of stuff that people are doing. And it's really, really, it's like an ocean out there, literally.
Okay. So Jesse, you had said that you are a 1-year-old company. So in this 1 year, any success story that you guys remember that it was like very good and it's close to your heart?
Just seeing, like in the event, there was a lot of positive energy, both among the buyers as well as the brand owners. The kind of warmth that all of them had it was just so heartwarming to see that. Yeah.
I would say when it comes to success story, the entire experience of Green Umbrella was a success story. So without which the second edition wouldn't have come out otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, because the first one is always a trial run, as we call it. The second one is more evolved, the more spoken about, and everybody now also talks about it with a higher consciousness. So we've seen a lot of people going for it after we have put it out. So I think when people want to copy you, that's when your success stands out, right?
You're successful. Also, there is that curiosity among people. Oh, we missed the first one. Maybe we'd like to come. Or we were there for the first one. We definitely want to see. Oh, come again. And even a repetition of brands, repetition of buyers. Oh, we loved the first edition of certain brands, and we want to come again. Buy from them. So yeah, it's a great mix of different emotions and different kind of feedback that we've got from people. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about Green Umbrella, what's your 5-year goal plan? Like, do you just want to do exhibitions, or you want to become a marketplace for all over India where they can come display their products online also and on exhibition also? So what are you thinking about?
You want me to go for it?
Yeah.
So I think the vision is big. This is like the small beginning where exhibitions would definitely go into multiple cities, talking about in multiple places is definitely going to happen with Green Umbrella. Whether we want to go in for an online store, I'm not sure if that's our goal, because Green Umbrella, because there are multiple online stores, and each one, now online has become like a big thing. So I don't think we want to go the online way. We definitely would want to be associated with sustainable brands in many other ways, whether it is, or doing events or looking at Shark Tank models or even, different ways, but definitely not the online model as on date. And associating with the consumer, so maybe doing pop-ups so we believe that the consumer connect is very important, because online when you're buying, you're going to scroll, you're not really looking whether it's a sustainable product. Of course, only if you go to a particular brand or particular stores online, like there's something called Brown Living or some other online stores which say we sell sustainable products. But that's where we think it's more about the experience that we want to work on than just creating.
I think we want to capitalize and make this physical contact our USP.
Yes.
For sure, because there is a lot to it, and anyway we're kind of deviating and moving away from that. So to even sustain that or keep that going is what we want to focus on, and especially in sustainable brands, because really everybody, big or small, has a very rich story and rich design process, or their entire process to it. And it's only when we do something physical can that be communicated or that come out.
So I think,
they are trying to
I think
on the online
what we
model,
could do is a lifestyle which is only of sustainable brands, or a pantaloon which is only of sustainable brands, because there is enough competition in the market where I can substitute everything that exists in a pantaloon or a lifestyle with a sustainable brand.
That is a very good idea.
I'm sure hopefully one day we can achieve that.
So the green umbrella stores all over the country which only sell very, like, if you're walking in here, you will get bamboo towels. If you're walking here, you're going to get upcycled bags or recycled bags. So it's a very direct thing, and the best of saris you'll get, the best of outfits you'll get, and they stand the test of time. So I think that's where
and also cater to a wider audience. It's not only young, old, or cater to
everybody. To everybody. The children, it's a smaller, big, young or old, doesn't matter.
And bring that consciousness among that age group as well. So yeah.
So we are talking about sustainability so much. So I would like if you could explain sustainability in the simplest words so that our audience can understand and get connected to that word, sustainability.
So I'm probably a little more less, well versed with it as much as she is. I'm still kind of learning and evolving, but more conscious buying, thinking of the future. As such, we all in some way or the other are impacted with what's happening, be it, green warming or climate change, and unconsciously or consciously, we all, complain, talk about it. And this is going back to grassroots and saying, what is it that we want for our future? What is it that we want for our health? So talking about just being more conscious, being more aware, thinking about, looking at the macro level as such, not only like just focusing on ourselves, but maybe even ourselves, but in a more holistic manner. Yeah. So, I don't want to use the jargons, but yeah, saying that, it's only green and it's eco-friendly, but just being more aware and being more conscious. Yeah.
Okay. So with sustainability, there are many more terms that come up. That's carbon footprinting and greenwashing. So could you explain that terms also to us?
So I think that's the, I always say, Modi ji in about 5 years back said, India is going to go net zero by 2070. Right. How does that work? Now, I don't know how we are going to go net zero by 2070. But irrespective, the idea is that we have to change the way we think. So when we were children, we used to talk about reduce, reuse, recycle, right? These three terms we were used. Then we went to repurpose. Then we started saying rethink. Then, so everything was thought and everything needs to be looked at. So there are many re's that have come in eventually. But the point here is that sustainability or carbon footprint or, carbon neutrality or greenwashing, what is all this? So I would say, let me break it down. Greenwashing is obviously talking beyond what you actually deliver. So that's the simplest way I could put it. We overcommit, whether it is the need of the society or whether it is your marketing stick. So that's how greenwashing is looked at. And it's very common. A lot of brands have been sued because of that, have been, had issues legally because they have done a lot of greenwashing stories, especially in the fashion industry. So fashion industry has multiple brands who have gone through scrutiny because of greenwashing. So that is something that one must avoid. Then comes carbon footprint or carbon calculations. So the idea here is simply measuring. So how do you ensure that if you say that this particular pot is made out of plastic, now what is the carbon footprint of this? So which means that this is the material that is required to manufacture this is, giving out so much of carbon emissions. And that's what carbon footprint is all about. So everything needs to have a value, which is calculated usually in kgs per CO2 emissions or different terminologies for different types of products. But that's carbon footprint. And unless you measure something, you can't definitely be sure of whether you stand the test. So we all think measuring is very important, and that's what carbon footprint calculators are all about. So there are multiple available in the market to calculate your individual carbon footprint also.
Okay. So as you made a point that government of India had said that they're going to go
Net zero.
Yeah, net zero. So do you think that government is putting that much effort into it to going net zero? Or there are more policies that need to come in place?
I think we have a great government. Let me begin with that. That we have a great government and we have a great vision. So even making a bold statement like we are going to go net zero by 2070 is quite ambitious, which means that there are policies that are being framed. There are policies already in place. So a lot, like first it was for, top 100 companies have to meet the ESG norms, environment, social and governance norm. Then they're making it 500. There are multiple bylaws which say that you have to follow, environmental norms, so I think policies are coming up left, right, center to ensure sustainability in businesses, if you look at it like that. Which also means when your businesses are going to, so if a fabric industry or a textile industry has to adhere to meeting sustainability norms, because I don't know if you're aware, but as much as Green Umbrella is all about fashion, about products, the amount of water that is required to manufacture one jeans, is humongous. So that is actually quite stressful when you look at it. So we must ensure that you reduce consumptions. Or even the dyes. So the dyes, not all use, organic dyes. And those dyes can be really harmful. So how are we actually ensuring? So the government is putting a lot of norms in place to ensure that this happens. Which also means that the end user is going to have to, so it's like a scale. They say they have got a vision. Then they put it on the business. The business puts it on the consumer. So that's how that vicious circle will ensure that we are able to achieve it. So I think we're on the right track. Slow and steady, we should make it there.
Okay. So we talked about the government should put policies and everything, but I would like to take a situation where there is a Bollywood movie that has to be made on sustainability and spreading awareness. So what would be, according to both of you, I would like to have two storylines with who would be the brand ambassador, like jo movie mein who will work, and take it to a mass level. Like you have a very good budget, you have everything. You can hire any actor that you want, any actress that you want.
I think everybody will work for it.
Everybody will work for it.
I think today's time, that's also a big thing, that everybody wants to work for it.
They want to do their bit.
Yeah.
So right now, you know about the Coldplay, right? So yesterday only my daughter was saying that every ticket that they are selling, or every person who comes for the concert, they plant one tree. So they are doing it in such a big way. So I'm sure that's also an inspiration for all the other celebrities to follow.
There's so many. Diya Mirza is doing in a big way. Then there are millions, so much. I know multiple Rahul Bose, yeah. There are multiple actors, who will jump into it if you pitch the idea.
Even the mainstream actors, for that matter, even why not an Amir Khan or Alia Bhatt? Yeah, definitely.
So if you would cast them, so what would be the storyline around it? And you can take your actors and just make a storyline around it. The sustainable topic.
Yeah. So, as a kid, I watched this movie and I still love it. It's called Jumanji. So where, you're into, it's a game and then you go into an imaginative world and, it's how they basically, if they have to get out of it, there are certain challenges that they have to overcome to do it. So, there is sustainability or, the reason why we're talking about it is because of the kind of challenges or the different problems that have come. So it's almost like if I draw the inspiration from the movie and you go into this imaginative world, so you're literally on a place where there is you're in a garbage junk, and what is the problems or that you need to face, and then probably you go into a area of maybe it's just full of smoke, or you go into an ocean which is full of plastic. So it's I can really visualize this really interesting
oil spills is such a big thing now.
Scenarios that can be made and how interesting the movie can be made just to talk about sustainability. So yeah, I draw a parallel to a movie like Jumanji and draw inspiration from there. And I think I can actually even storyboard how each
create the entire storyline
maybe.
for it.
I'm sure this idea can be sold to one of like a
I think
but
we should
Ashutosh
keep it.
Gawariker or something. Like Green Umbrella Presents or something in collaboration with.
Maybe that happens soon.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Maybe a 25-year goal we can look at.
Why? I'm looking at 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. Green Umbrella can have that come up in 5 years. Don't share.
Because the topic is very interesting. People are getting aware about it. People are talking about sustainability. So when we were deciding about this podcast, I told one of my friend who is very like sustainable. Like even if I throw a garbage on the road, it's like "Jaake utha aur wahan pe feek." So वो इतना था, so she got very interested in this topic and she helped me to like ये questions पूछ सकते हैं. So people are getting aware about it. Some people like we are still not aware about it. We are slowly learning from our friends. I'm making a podcast in it, so I'm learning about it. So it's a good thing. So if young entrepreneurs are coming up, they're starting their own businesses. So how should they focus on sustainability? This comes with personal interest also, because I have a business where I am exploring the sustainable angle. We make doors that are made up of GI and SS. So that is a completely sustainable way where we are trying to go ahead, where we are offering wooden finished doors, where our tagline is "Don't cut trees." So that's our main tagline. So how would you advise us, young entrepreneurs, how should we incorporate sustainability in our businesses?
I think you're the next generation, as we put it,
Right.
the
Gen Zs.
So I think when we look at that, you all have a great opportunity and a great demand. People are asking about it. So initially there was a demand supply issue. Yesterday I was talking to Jaguar. I'm sure all of us know the brand Jaguar.
Yeah.
They said, "Aapko green product chahiye na, to 3 mahine ka waiting hai. Itna demand hai hamare paas." So all their green product lines have a demand which is 3 times of what the regular products is, which definitely stands the test that there's a great demand. When it comes to the industry, every sector has an opportunity to grow green. Some definitely are challenging. Some are easy. Like your product, which when I walked in and I started talking to you, I was like, guys, you should get this done tomorrow and start working on a Green Pro certified product, and you'll be, out there making impact, and I'm sure your sales will double with that little expense and that marketing story that you can create, because you're actually doing the right thing, So, as young entrepreneurs, you definitely understand the meaning of it. You also understand the need for it. So there is no looking back, and demand is great. So internationally, nationally, international markets are talking about laws which are so stringent to ensure sustainable products only come to their countries, because they know their emissions are high, and all the burden is going to come on us. So we have a pie to eat, so might as well eat it.
Right.
And 2 more things I want to add now, like not Gen Z, but maybe a generation even younger, has also a platform in India where educational institutions are offering courses related to sustainability. So that's where it starts from. That's where they get their exposure. And second is, today there are so many investors as simple as Shark Tank, who are open to even funding brands.
So many VCs, so many investors right in the open market, because their mandate given to them is that aapko 30% to be sustainable products mein invest karna hai. That is like a global mandate that has come out, 30-40%, which makes it mandatory for them to ensure that the products that they choose are green.
And also gives us boost to startups, so even young entrepreneurs to even innovate or get that encouragement and confidence to try something different and explore and experiment as well, right? So yeah.
So as you said about a generation ahead also, but I would like to add that the next generation. But when I was last year I did my master's. So when I was in Singapore, Singapore is completely green. Wherever we go, we have seen they're talking about SDG goals and everything. So when I was in Singapore, we had a different subject that was on sustainability and development. That was a credit course. So therein we had to research about companies like Lay's whatever I'd chosen the topic list, so I remember that, and we had to take out pura company ka profile study karke what are the SGD goals, what are they performing, how much water they are getting wasted. So the colleges have started doing that, especially in Singapore, because I saw that, and we were drilled literally to, we had to go to the Singapore factory, we had to go research,
Which is great.
So do you think this should be implied in India also?
It's already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's already
It's
there are,
already getting implied.
colleges which are
So
offering courses, even in Pune.
yeah. A lot of these things that you're talking about are getting implemented in a lot of colleges in India.
Not
also.
only colleges, even schools for that matter.
Right.
Like
School too, yes.
Yeah.
School too is becoming
especially
very
international
common.
schools, and a slightly more senior, they're all talking about sustainability, or maybe in more simple terms. But yes, the kids are getting exposed about it right in their basic secondary education. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was good talking about your business. People got to know about Green Umbrella, about sustainability. I would like to take it to a next round where we are going to see how well do you know each other.
So that is a surprise.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Okay.
Because so I'll ask some questions. You both need to answer upon it.
Yes.
So if you
go
had,
like one by one.
yeah, one by one,
Okay.
alternate.
Yes.
So if you had to describe the other one in 3 words, what would you say?
Who goes first?
Anyone.
Yeah, I'll go. Multitasker, hardworking, and ambitious.
Okay.
Greater design. Very, very meticulous. So definitely taskmaster. So once she gives in her, it's her 100%. And very simple at her thoughts.
Okay. Who is more likely to start an impromptu brainstorming session at 2 a.m.?
Both of us.
Literally both of us.
The 2 a.m. thing can happen with both of us.
Okay. Who is more like, okay, if your co-founder had to switch careers, what would they do?
Oh my God.
I would have her to join sustainability.
Have her to join sustainability?
Switch careers, no?
Okay, so you both will switch each other careers like that?
With me, I don't know, because but I can have her be a part of sustainability.
No, you have to answer for her.
So I have to answer, no?
Yeah.
So she'll.
Okay.
Okay, for her, oh my God, I think she's too deep rooted to really move her out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, too deep rooted.
Who is the first person to panic when things go wrong on an event day?
100%.
Before it even begins, she'll be panicking.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's one thing your co-founder does at work that secretly drives you crazy?
Secretly drives us crazy.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. So what's the question again?
What's one thing your co-founder does at work that secretly drives you crazy?
I think for me, if I had to answer what she would answer for me, it would be a very chilled out.
Okay.
I think for her, she would say that I'm over meticulous. So maybe that combination is what is working and kind of really taking this ahead. Because you need anything, you need one person
You
to
need
be
to be
calm, one
balanced.
person to be really assertive.
Shouting.
Yeah, one person has to be assertive. I mean,
Yeah, it just works well that way.
Okay. So how do you two handle disagreements?
I think it's really, touch wood, we really respect each other's opinion.
I think disagreements are part of it. नहीं अच्छा लगा, नहीं अच्छा लगा, अच्छा लगा, अच्छा लगा.
We are quite
But
upfront
then
about it.
we'll also be like, ठीक है, if you like it, go ahead and do it. Or, whichever ways. So
we kind of
as long as you believe in what you're doing. So if she
that
does
trust and that respect,
Yes.
Last one. What's a habit that your co-founder has at work that you have picked up?
What I would love to pick up is being meticulous.
Okay.
Or even, I think, being a taskmaster.
Okay.
So that's also important.
For me, being, she's... that's what she doesn't get hyper and she's like, okay, this is what it is, you have to accept it, like you cannot change things or you can't change people. This is what it is, you have to accept it and move on and mold yourself to accept it. I think that's very, not only for this particular project or this particular event, but just having that attitude.
As an attitude.
Yeah.
Okay. It was good having a conversation with you guys. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and to tell us about what sustainability is, what Green Umbrella is doing, and how India is moving forward towards sustainability. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
I'm going to just take a minute here and invite everybody to be there on the 1st of March for the Green Umbrella event and join us and
dive into this world of sustainability and sustainable products. And I'm sure you guys
will love it.
Will love it, yeah. And
we promise you a great experience.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you, Manav, for having us over. Yeah.